Hi, I am Robyn Brady and I play Maggy Donovan in Remember Maggie. My theater resume is significantly shorter than most of the other women's in this show. This is my 6th community theater show since I moved to Chatham, Kent. Maggie is complicated. She's a daddy's girl who then lost her father and suffered a great deal of trauma associated with that. She's very sarcastic. She is an alcoholic. She is a drug addict. She is someone who has built these incredibly large walls around herself to protect her heart and herself, and sort of has this, if I don't let anyone love me, then no one will hurt me kind of persona, which then, of course, stops her from having any sort of meaningful connections or relationships with anyone really other than her sister. Maggie, to me, is sort of there but for the grace of God go I type of what I am not. She is in many ways the opposite of me, but also shares a lot of characteristics of me. She is the daughter of Irish immigrants. She is a sister. She is an actress. She left home to pursue her career, much like I did, but has had a much darker path than me. I love her sarcasm, which again is fairly similar to me in many ways. I love how vulnerable she could be if she would let herself. I love how much she loves her sister. I find she's a fascinating woman. The biggest challenges with Maggie are that as much as we have a lot of similarities, and she is very different from me, but it's hard for me sometimes to separate myself from that and not allow myself to sort of carry her all the time. She is a very heavy character, and it's hard to sort of shed that when I leave rehearsal at the end of the night and not carry her troubles with me. There's so many aspects of this show that are very similar to my own life, with a parent who is ailing, a parent with dementia, a sister who lives far away and has to carry a lot of that burden themselves. Maggie needs to separate herself from that's how she protects herself, by cutting off from that side of sort of her, what she should be her responsibilities as a daughter and as a sister. Probably her most authentic relationship is with her sister Kate. Kate's sort of her lifeline, I think, that she's the one thing that keeps her tied to reality and to her family and to any sort of sense of being a decent person without losing herself to her addictions and to sort of this other life that she's created for herself. But she relies on Kate, and she loves Kate and needs Kate.
Although we're apart, you're part of my heart, but tonight you belong to me, just a little old me. It's so good to have you here. I am very enjoyable.
I think this show is an important story. The dementia aspect of it is so important, especially for people who have been affected by dementia, to see it portrayed it's sometimes harsh, but also heart-wrenching and loving manner a lot of the time. It's so easy to feel isolated and like you are alone in your struggle, and so to know, even through a fictional story, that there are other people going through the same thing, and that as hard as it is, it's not an unusual journey, and there are many layers of love and caring that are intertwined in it. 100% cathartic for me to do this show. To see a story that's so closely tied to my own experiences it's been heavy and it's been hard, but it's also, yeah, it's like a deep breath out that, you know, it's a story that is going on in the show, it's a story that goes on in my own life, and you know that there are thousands of others who are going through the same thing. We've had a blast. I mean, the four of us in the cast, I mean, we all sort of knew each other before, but we're like family now. It's a lot of fun. This has been hard work, working on this show. I think this is the most challenging show I've ever been in, but so worth it. I'm privileged to be part of this show, and I hope that everyone comes out and sees it, because it's really worth your time. This is such a fantastic cast. We've had such a great crew surrounding us. We have worked and continue to work so hard at putting this show together, and I think the multiple layers of emotions and complications that sort of weave themselves in and out of the story, I think so many people can relate to it, and it's such a beautiful story, it's such a heart-wrenching story, but I think it's an important story to tell. The show is playing at the Kiwanis Theatre in Chatham at the Chatham Cultural Centre on February 10th and 11th. You can get tickets at cktickets.com.